welcome to episode 2 of Vlogtober. It is the 9th of October today, and yeah, it's currently 9:30. I've been up for about an hour and a half at this point. You've probably already seen me making my partner's packed lunch for him to take to the office. I haven't really done much. I am not a morning person. It takes me a long time to get started in the morning. I've already drunk my coffee. I am now going to start editing the podcast I recorded yesterday, and then we'll see where the day takes us. I'm hoping to go out to the Merry Hill Shopping Centre today, so there might be some of that. I do have to first wait because my partner's expecting a parcel to be delivered. He doesn't know yet what time today, he just has a general time slot of today, which is kind of annoying because he always orders stuff and he's like, oh, it's fine, it won't get here until like Friday, Saturday, and it's always early on a Thursday or when I'm going out, which I can't blame him for, but so hopefully there'll be some more interesting stuff for this episode, like going out, leaving the house. I plan on going to Hobbycraft. I need to pick up some files, a couple of other bits and pieces. So yeah, but first, editing the podcast.
It is now 12:15. The parcel was supposed to be delivered, well, it said between 10:30, 12:30. And he's been one stop away for the last hour and a half. So, I'm a bit concerned. But, I'm dressed. I'm pretty much in the exact same outfit as I was in the podcast I recorded yesterday, but then they're basically clean clothes. Like, we don't need to overconsume clothes and make more washing needlessly. But I am basically ready to go out. I'm just waiting for this delivery. So I will check back in if and when this gets delivered and if I actually leave the house today. So it's 1:20 and my parcel, or my partner's parcel, has finally arrived. Finally. So I'm going to head out. I am going to treat myself to some lunch. And then I've got like 3 or 4 shops I need to go to, so I'll take you along with me. And yeah, so we can get. We're outside. We're actually outside. I've left the house. Willingly. See how this goes. Done everything I needed to do, wandered around a couple of shops, grabbed some stuff, sat in the car. The car is not turned on at the moment because I know some people will say, oh, don't record the drive. I'm not driving currently. Car is stationary. But it's a lot later than I was hoping it would be. I much prefer to come to the shops and get home before 3 o'clock because of course 3 o'clock, that's when the kids kick out of school. I don't know if that's the same in other countries, but it's about 3 o'clock in the UK. Anywhere from 3 till 3:30. Rush hour, they say, oh, rush hour doesn't start till 5 o'clock. Once the kids kick out at 3 o'clock, it's rush hour. And I don't know why they call it rush hour, it's rush 5 hours. But I shall head home. I shall show you what I bought. It's all very boring. Most of it is literally needed parts.
and bits and pieces. It's going to be the most realistic looking I've been to the shops haul ever, because it all fit into one bag. But yeah, I shall show that when I get home. I will see what time I get home. But I'll see you in a minute. I made it home, mostly in one piece. Yeah, one specific driver needs his license being taken off him, but hey ho. So, as promised, I'm going to do a mini haul. It's all very... There isn't much here, and that's kind of a good thing, but I shall show you anyway. The first thing, and the main reason I specifically went to Maryhill rather than wandering down to my local high street, was because I needed some of these. They are art ring folders, which, yep, just these kind. Me and my partner have been meaning to sort out all of our documents and receipts and file and organise everything for a while. Given he's in his 30s and I'm about to be in my 30s, it's going to be a weekend job of organising stuff. So, yep, as I said, very adulty, needy stuff. And then to go with that is the organisers, so that we can organise it and be able to find what we need. Because currently we have documents all over the house. Like, my car stuff's in one location, his car stuff's in another. We've got manuals and receipts for all of our appliances, like, dotted everywhere. So, you might see us using these over the weekend. And that's kind of all I actually went there for, other than I went to Hobbycraft for something, but I'll get to that in a minute. The next thing I bought, and this is going to be a Christmas present, and quite frankly I bought this because I walked past and there was a 50% off sale on selected lines, and I walked in saying, oh, I wonder what I can have a look at in there and pick up, and this was one of them. It is a Funko Pop. It is an Iron Maiden one of Cyborg Eddie. This is going to be part of my other half's Christmas gift. That'll be disappeared and wrapped up before he even gets home. There is one other item here that I bought, but I'm not showing you because I put it straight in the fridge, and that's a cake that I bought for my other half, because anytime I go to things like Maryhill or into Brum, or if I go to the cinema and he's had to be in the office, I pick him up a little treat because he deserves it. The next couple of items, me and my best friend do boo baskets for each other every year. So, like I said, it all fits into one bag. Let's bring it up here so I can actually, excuse the rustling a moment. So, the next few things I bought him to go into that basket. It's nothing much. It would have been stuff that I picked up over the time anyway. I pick stuff up as and when I see it to put in there. We don't go overboard. There's not like a ton of stuff that we put in there. But we'd probably call it a trick-or-treat basket if we weren't 30. So it's a boo basket. But, the first item I've got to put in there falls into the trick thing. And it's these. These are the hot chicken flavour Zolduck. I think they're like the if you've seen the Bolduck noodles, this is their hot flavour. He's not the biggest fan of spicy food, but it's a trick. And I don't find these overly spicy. They're nowhere near as spicy as the noodles anyway, but that's those. And then there's popping candy and a marshmallow thing. And then because I'm an adult and I want to help him out with adulting, I got him a Wednesday inspired pencil case with bits in for his job. Just a little bit of fun. And then the last item for him I bought was a Karma Llama, because it's pink and it says Karma Llama. So he has a Karma Llama. I can be such a child at times. And then, oh hang on, there's one more item in there. Oh yes, I also picked up some stickers to go in there. So I will probably end up buying some Tangfastics and maybe a chocolate bar to throw in there, and that'll probably be it. I'm not going to show everything. There will be something else I put in there, but he might watch this, so I want it to be a little bit of a surprise. So, and then the last place I went to was Hobbycraft, which that's where I needed to go. That's the boring bit that I picked up. It's literally just some ribbon so that I can actually close my project bag that I made. So I'll add that in later, and then I can start using it. The only question is, do I cast something new on to put into the bag, or do I actually be a good girl and work on my works in progress? I'll let you guess. And then the other thing I picked up, these were in the bins next to the tills. The person in front of me was having some trouble finding her purse in her bag, so I was stood there for about 5 minutes. And I don't generally buy Christmas related stuff too early. I start getting gifts about now, or I start making gifts about now. Like there's another one of, there's the cardigan I started working on for my partner. There's a couple of other gifts I'm going to make, which I'm going to start on soon. But I don't usually buy like decor items, but these are 2 mini kits for a craft I've tried once but couldn't really get the hang of, but I think that's because I wasn't interested in what the kit was for, because it was for birds and I'm not a bird person, and it wasn't really designed for beginners, that kit. So I got 2 of these little kits because I'm going to do one and I'm going to get my partner to do one, and I'm going to record it so that the internet can watch him suffer. But it is these. So they are little mini cross-stitch kits. I think everything that we need is in here. I don't think you need a ring for something this small, but at least I hope so. Otherwise I've got to go back and buy a couple of little rings. But yeah, we have the candy canes, which I will probably end up being the one to do, and then the other one is a Christmas bud. I will give my partner the choice of which one he wants to do, and then record it because it'll be funny. I actually have another kit for him to do that I kind of need to get him to do this weekend if I want the video to go out before Halloween. But yeah, I have these little ones. They weren't very expensive. I think they were about £2 a piece. So, like I said, I don't know if these are going to be any good. I don't know how well they're going to be, if they're really beginner friendly, but given they're so small and it looks like not very many colours, I think it'll be alright. Yeah, I think these are meant for making your own Christmas cards. I will probably do them up, find a little frame for them or something, and either have them as little Christmas decorations to hang up on the wall around Christmas, or I'll work something out. I mean, we've got to finish them first. These might not even be finished until next year. But that's it. That's everything. Like I said, it wasn't really much. I did not enter a single clothing store. I need clothes. I need new clothes. But I don't want to buy new clothes. I don't like the process of clothes shopping. I can never find clothes that fit me or suit me. And the fitting is a big issue because, well, I have quite a large chest compared to everywhere else. So if it fits here, it looks like I'm wearing a sack everywhere else. I am also quite tall for a woman. So I don't want to buy... I need clothes, don't want to buy clothes because I hate clothes shopping. You might have seen a clip of my lunch. It's a place I go quite frequently. It's a fast food place, but I quite like it. I'm not big on fast food most of the time, but I do quite like that. I also had a Starbucks. I had a free drink that needed to be used up, and I didn't want it to go to waste, so I had a almond milk coffee frap, which, yes. And that's it. That was my excursion out. Very exciting. Yeah, I mean, of weekdays, that's as exciting as it gets, I suppose. I'm now gonna go do a few houseworky things, which I'm not gonna record. Nobody wants to watch me washing up, okay? Like, I'm sure 99% of you have done washing up in your life at some point in your life. You know what washing up looks like. You don't want to watch me do it. I'm also going to go and run the Hoover around, which I'm not going to record because it's noisy. And after that, it'll just be a case of, well, waiting for my partner to message me to say that he's leaving the office and I can start cooking dinner. But he probably won't leave the office till about 6 o'clock. He deliberately stays later on a Thursday than if he was working from home to try and avoid the worst of the traffic at a certain point. He's found if he leaves at 6 o'clock, he gets back relatively early. It feels like he got back earlier because he's not sat in traffic for 20 minutes at one specific point. So, yeah, I'm going to go and get that done. I might check back in here once I've finished doing the houseworky bits. If I don't, the next time you'll see me will probably be this evening when I am sat down in the living room getting ready to knit for the rest of the night. Yeah, catch you up. Hello, it is currently Friday, the 11th? 10th, 11th? 10th. It's Friday the 10th. I meant to record last night as a closeout for Thursday. Ended up getting a phone call, had to run some parcels up to drop-off points. And then this morning has just been really busy. Been out. Yeah. But ready to check in. Yeah, I have been to my local yarn store. I have some yarn. It's in order to make a Christmas present for a friend of mine. I was doing some charts last night before I went out. He likes Halloween stuff, so for his Christmas gift I'm making him a Halloween inspired cushion cover. So I was kind of after I washed up and ran the Hoover round, I started working on some charts while I was waiting for my partner to message to say he's on his way home so I could start on dinner. These are the final charts. There was a few hit and miss bits, but we have a pumpkin. We have some ghosties with some strips. They are all 30 by 30. So I couldn't work out how to make the ghost fit into a 30 by 30, but I could get it to fit into a 15 by 15. So I had a bit of fun with it. Okay. Witch's hats. And this one might require a bit of squinting to tell what it is. I'm hoping it turns out well when I actually make it, but yeah, I showed this to my partner last night and he was like, what even is that? So, we shall see. I won't show, well, I'll give you a sneak peek at the colours. Sneak peek then, let's hope you'll see, because that's going to give away where I live. But, I'll go over them in more detail in the podcast so that you know what colours they are. But it's just the Hayfield acrylic. So it's for a cushion cover for somebody who doesn't particularly want hand washing stuff, and I'm not going to make him a cushion cover made out of wool that requires hand washing because he will not thank me for that. So I will probably get started on these. They are going to be Tunisian crochet. I'm not very good at tapestry crochet, but I can Tunisian crochet. I made a few blankets a few years ago using Tunisian crochet. If I remember, I might put some pictures in, if I can even find any pictures of them. But otherwise, I will probably get started on that at some point. And yeah, I'm now going to go make myself a cup of tea. I have to go to the gym at some point today, so you might see me get ready for that. But yeah, this Friday, yeah, it's at least going better than last week. I'm at least out of bed and actually functional, so yeah, I will catch you again soon.
I want to get killed.
Can you tell it's Battlefield 6 launch day?
Oh, yeah.
I'm recording you, hun. Yeah, don't swear! I've now got to beep that. He's playing Battlefield, I'm playing Balatro. Hello, it is currently Saturday the 11th of October. We've been kind of just doing a day of kind of some minor DIY tasks, some cleaning tasks, mostly just playing Stardew Valley together. Sort of between bits. I've posted a few things on Vinted. I've got a couple more things I need to pack up and send off. I know it sounds like I'm selling a lot of stuff, but I'm also selling stuff for other people. A friend of mine doesn't have a Vinted account, selling it for him. My mother-in-law, technically stepmother-in-law, bits like that. I'm currently wearing the cardi I talked about on my last podcast episode. Yeah, this is the issue with the sleeves. They are a good 2 to 3 inches too short, but I don't think it looks too bad when it's on. The issue I have with this ribbing seems to look a little bit nicer when it's buttoned up, but it's a bit structured. I think it's more like a jacket than a cardigan, because I think I used a hook that was too small for this yarn, but I would like to make another one of these at some point. It's not going to happen this year, but we shall see. Other than that, we're probably just going to, once he's finished sealing up the putting a line of sealant between the kitchen counter and the tiles by the sink, I think we're just going to play a bit more Stardew. Then I'll probably cook dinner, and then we'll probably watch a movie, maybe have a glass of wine, most likely do some knitting. I might attempt to get some more of those socks done. I think I'm about halfway through the foot at this point, so we'll see how that goes. And if I don't check in again now, I will see you guys tomorrow. Hello, it is the 13th of October today, Monday morning, just after 10 o'clock. I'm getting ready to head off to Monday morning knit and natter. Didn't really record anything yesterday. Me and my partner, we were just busy doing bits and pieces around the house. Don't really think people wanted to watch stuff like that. I'm sure all of you do housework, you know what it looks like. And today is just going to be a relatively normal Monday. Knit group, come home, have lunch, go to the gym in the afternoon, come back, have dinner, and then I'll probably start editing this video since I would normally do it Tuesday morning. I've got to go out tomorrow morning. You'll see that in the next episode. So I'm hoping this has actually more content than last week's. I mean, I've at least left the house today. This week. So we shall see how it goes. I'm taking my sock project knit group with me. I'm hoping I can get it to the point that it's ready for the toe today. Hopefully I can have it finished by the podcast episode, which is going to be a bit weird because I'm recording that on Thursday this week instead of Wednesday. I'll talk more about that later, but yeah, I'll see how it goes, and I shall catch you in a bit. So, back from the group, I've had lunch. I have reached the toe decreases, so I will get this finished while I'm at the gym, most likely. I'm not going to do the kitchen stitch at the gym, but get this finished. I'm about to get sorted to go there, and yeah, other than that, since getting back from knit group, all I've really done is make meal plan, and then when I go on the computer later I can put through that shopping list order, and then I can start editing this because as mentioned I'm going out tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to do that tonight. But we shall see how it goes, see how much work I actually get done, and whether I'm doing crunch time to get this out for tomorrow. But otherwise I shall see you in a bit. So I've come on here because I want to have a slight moan. This is a tub of Pringles I bought back in January, I think. You can tell that because it's still got the Christmas stuff on. This is a tub of Pringles I just bought on my way back from the gym. Don't start. What? How is these more expensive and smaller? Okay, we need to start telling companies they can do one thing. They can either put the price up or they can make it smaller, not both. And before you say, oh, but Sasha, that's a limited edition. The normal ones are the same price. I could have gone and got the barbecue for the exact same price as this. This was on sale. I'm not even going to complain about the fact that I remember when these used to be 75p. That's my rant over. Editing Sasha popping in here. Apparently I forgot to record an outro, so yeah. The last thing you will have seen is my slight rant about the Pringles. After that I didn't really do much other than put her through the shopping order online and then started editing this. I then, didn't quite get it all finished last night, otherwise I would have realised I hadn't recorded an outro. So, just jumping in for an outro. Can you guess where I went this morning? I'll talk more about that in the next episode, but this is me popping in just to, round it out and actually, say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Vlogtober, episode 2. As you can see, it's very exciting stuff. Absolutely thrilling. But it's life. It's normal life. It's not overly processed. Like, I'm not putting a face of makeup on each morning needlessly. I'm not trying to make out that I live an interesting life. I'm not going places I don't need to go just for the sake of making content. Because ain't nobody got time for that. So, this is me popping in to say thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, please let me know why in the comments. And if you want to see more content like this, please hit that subscribe button. I normally do weekly podcast episodes for knitting, crochet, sewing, crafting, some diamond paintings thrown in there as well. And I hope to see you next time. Bye guys.